thinking about creating an ant, because it's pretty easy to make an ant. You know, I think I'm better at creating spiders than ants. I think I might make a spider. I'm making like a wasp. That's what I'm doing, I'm making a wasp. I was gonna make a big scorpion out of left monkey arms, but there's not a lot here. There's a kind of limitation that's been removed coming up here, having all these pieces, so. All the Lego fans.
And it was in Philadelphia in the summertime where I came across Eric Sophie and the group from the Garden State Lego user group. And it was just amazing. It was probably my favorite stop of the tour because of exactly what they had to showcase. Eric in particular had several different models of humongous robots, all different colors, and all with perfectly functioning joints, and all made out of thousands and thousands of pieces. And it was just phenomenal. Very, very talented man, Eric Sophie is. The attention to detail is the part that is so stunning, and I think that is what Eric Sophie brings to the table. His attention to detail is phenomenal, and I would say equally as impressive as our own master builders. I know that he has a real specialty when it comes to robots and working with technic elements, but it's really the mind that matters. And if the hands can convert that into something tangible, then you definitely have the talent that it takes.
Eric Sophie, I first became aware of his work. I think I attended Brickfest in D.C. 3 years ago, perhaps. I believe I met him then. And I was definitely aware of his work then. You know, walking around the halls of Brickfest, something caught my eye. It was, you know, big, huge biomechanical bricks. It was impressive, just the sheer amount of elements in those models and the complexity of how each joint is fully articulated. That's when I first became aware of him, and then lurking around on LugNet later, I was able to put a face to the model, and I followed the stuff off and on since then. Every once in a while he would post a new creation, which is bigger and crazier looking than the last one, and I was quite impressed with him. Eric's stuff was very different than the rest of the robot kind of / mech models out there. I've seen a lot of those mech kind of things, and they're all very cool. You got the basic two-legged robot with the machine gun arms, which is great in its own right. But Eric's got a definite style to his. You could, if you had a line of 50 robots there, you could definitely pick out which ones are his. He's got his own signature in his models, which is very cool. And I haven't actually had the opportunity to see his mechanized ones. He's got some ones that actually move. I haven't seen any of those in motion yet, and I'm dying to get a chance to see those. It takes a different mindset, a different building skill when you're working with like a lot of the Technic pieces versus the system stuff. My work tends to be sculptural because that's my background. But you need to have. Your mind has to work a certain way to figure out how all those Technic gears and everything can play with each other, can work off each other. That's something I'm kind of jealous of. I don't think I have that mindset that Eric has, that Eric possesses. One thing I really like when I'm looking at other people's models, and actually I get inspired from it too, is I love it when people use really esoteric Lego elements in a new way. Like if you wouldn't think to use this particular piece for this fashion, I see a lot of that in Eric's work, where I think it's just really cool when you get this weird piece that you would never think of using to make up his femur or something like that, and he just pulls it off. It's really a lot of fun. And I've actually, I've taken a look and studied models of his and others like that, and just trying to draw inspiration in my own work.
Did you do this?
That's all mine.
It must have taken
Thank
a
you.
long time.
Oh, yes.
Do you have an idea when you start what it's going to end up looking like?
Well,
Or just keep adding pieces?
yeah, the actual pieces themselves determine what it's gonna look like. So I have a general idea of what I want to try to make, and then all the little parts themselves kind of finish it off. So there's Technic turntables,
Right.
more worm gears, I spin, and pretty much I study all the biometrics of the human body. So everywhere that you would expect for it to have a joint, I try to place it in there somehow, somewhere. This one has some motors to move the head, but I just threw that in there because it's easy to do. Basically, if I'm going to make a robot that has motors in it, the whole thing's going to have motors. So this one's just a couple token motors. This one has a head that opens. A little harness I figured for it. This one has fiber. These all light up. There's a motor, a micro motor inside of here that lights it up. Well, that was nice. That's why I do it. Wow. That's your box. These are mine.
Right.
That's your Lego stuff. This is mine. This is my robot. This is my prize for winning like the least amount of spent money in the company store, which is pretty funny. I had no idea. It's got some good pieces in it, but it's really girly looking. But hey, you know, you never know when what parts the set is going to come from, so you use them up either way. Wow, what a day. We had a good day here. It was an early day. I got up at like, I don't know, before the sun woke up. I started driving over here. It's not terribly far, but it's pretty far. It's far enough. And we built bugs, which was neat. I don't have a lot of experience building small things. I like to build things as big as I can. And, you know, building something small, hey man, it's a challenge too. It's a challenge to do anything and to do it well. So it was fun.